to another video. This is Theresa M, aka 50 Plus 2013. Today's video is a very disturbing video. It is kind of like maybe a story time. It's something that happened to me in real life, and to me it is just such an unbelievable situation that I just have to go ahead and share it with you because it was referring to my surprise. I thought I was moving, so of course that's what I alluded to on this video, the clip I'll show you right now of me talking about I have a surprise for you. We got some groceries and I swung by Jack in the Box and got 2 tacos. Here's the groceries. The stairs is like weight training, but I have a surprise to share with you all. So this all started out in May. So I got a call from the apartment that I had been on the waiting list for, and they let me know that they have 2 apartments coming available, and one's upstairs, one's downstairs, and when do I want to move in? So I said, I'll take the upstairs one, and July 1st would be good for me. So I was saying, what do you need from me? Paperwork, blah, blah, blah. And should I start packing? And I met with the girl in the office a few times. That's because I felt the rapport to say, should I start packing and what paperwork, because we had formed a sort of rapport. So it was like you were just talking to your friend. Today's video is just going to be sharing my thoughts on my up and coming adventure, which is a surprise that I had alluded to in a previous video. I am moving. There was a video, I think, that I showed me probably apartment hunting probably over a year ago, and then I put myself on a waiting list. So I'll be moving, and I'm not sure what my move-in date will be, but mainly I'll just be packing. Got a lot of boxes here that Mariah, my daughter, taped up for me. I'm just excited. I may not seem like it because I've been knowing this for a minute, but I'm just happy, and I just want to say that that is the reason why I haven't fully revealed the couch, because I kind of stopped dead in my tracks once I found out that I had the apartment. I ended up going home and having several times that I had to meet with her, but she stood me up on majority of them. I basically got a couple of required paperwork in, and it just seemed pretty haphazard and nonchalant.
It's almost like when you can tell when a person is going to quit their job or quit a TV show or quit a talk show. Their
interest is not the same. They don't have the same energy invested in it. And I picked that up, but I didn't really know the girl, so I didn't really think much of it. But I just thought, this is so strange and irresponsible of this company to just not show up when they give me an appointment. When you call, they don't call you back. It was just too weird. I pressed on nevertheless, and I went ahead and packed up my apartment. I'm moving. I'm at Lowe's. I need supplies.
So it's just, am I moving and packing? Sam's here. What? There's the boxes too. I didn't even see the boxes. Pretty.
I started packing right away because I just felt like it's always good to, gradually pack. Now I know that, and I'll put some clips in so you can see me excited about packing and what have you. I just want to jump in and say we're going to start this video off by looking for more boxes today so that we can move.
I feel like Walmart is one of the places to go. I did pick up some in an earlier clip at Home Depot. My daughter's going to bring me some. I feel like I probably only need like small ones because I have like fragile things and heavy things. Like I don't want my china to get broken. The canned goods and magazines and books need small boxes. So
that's in May, right? Okay, so June, I continued to get excited about moving and packing. Thanks for taking boxes, Mariah.
I did it in 30 seconds.
Alright. She came all the way 2 hours drive just to bring me boxes and take them up. Bye.
Though Special Agent McDowell felt the case still had holes, he believed they had to arrest Fisher and Mulligan before someone else was killed.
I still wasn't in full contact with the woman who told me, that I could move in on July 1st. Then at some point I met up with her, and then we toured the apartment complex, and then she showed me what apartment looked like inside the one that was available on the first floor, and then showed me where the one I would be moving into on the second floor. Then at some point I went back. I believe she gave me an appointment, or either I couldn't get a hold of her, so I just showed up at the apartment building. And this is a secure building, so it's not easy to get into, you know what I mean? The maintenance guy, he looked me up. He goes, I see that you're scheduled to move in July 1st, and you're scheduled to move in this apartment, but somebody still lives there and they don't move out to July 1st. So, and he goes, I need time, you know, to clean the place up and what have you. So I was like, that's fine. And anyways, I continued to pack. I started out by packing up everything that I felt like I didn't need. And I had just taken my new couches out of the boxes and was getting ready to just, you know, have my new couches, have my new carpet in this apartment. And so I ended up taking the wheels off of all of that, boxing those back, not boxing them back up, but putting them up and covering them up. And I just didn't use them. So I'm still on the couch, the old couch that I hadn't even taken out yet, because you know, any moment I'm moving, you know what I mean? The next thing that happened is I find out the girl just doesn't work there. Nobody gives explanations or anything. So they pass my paperwork on to another facility. It's their same property, but it's not for like senior apartments. It's just regular apartment. So the young lady took over. The day she took over, she called me and she says, okay, so if you want to go visit the building and see which apartment you want to live in case you change your mind and want to live on the, because I had thought, I liked the location of the first floor one, and I just didn't want to be on the first floor. But then I thought, I like the proximity of the laundry room, the front door where you're letting people in, and then my apartment. So I thought, I'm going to take the first floor one because it is available. So I went to go look and stuff, and they were like, well, where's your paperwork? And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. So they would say, there are forms and stuff you have to fill out. That have you filled out the forms? Turns out the girl that dropped the ball never did anything but take some initial information from me. And because time had passed, I had to go and present all this paperwork again. So when I found out that I didn't have my paperwork done, I just immediately got a migraine. It was just the worst morning ever. And somehow I was able to go and talk to the person that took over. And we're gonna call her LaWanda. LaWanda took over, and she gave me an appointment for later that day to come in and meet with her. So I came in and I met with her. She said, yeah, we gotta do the paperwork over. And so then she kept having problems with my paperwork for some reason. And this drug out for the whole month of July. So obviously I knew the woman had to move out first. They had to clean the apartment. And then I would be, well, by then I had decided I'll take the first floor apartment. So I was all excited about that. I had been purchasing things for the apartment, and you know, just getting the U-Haul set up, getting movers set up. And I had to cancel numerous times with the movers because my date kept changing. So it was like, that's all I did this whole summer was pack up my house, live out of boxes, live in anticipation of moving, getting the runaround, and just so many obstacles. It was just unreal. So when it was all said and done, LaWanda took over, and so she had me start the paperwork. But somehow she kept on, things just kept going wrong. I can't go into exact detail because some of this stuff is like more personal to me, so I can't go in detail. But she kept having problems with things that it shouldn't have been a problem. Literally should not have been a problem, but yet it was. And I felt like, part of me felt like she was like, you know, you're not really part of this complex, so, you know, I'll just worry about you when I have to, because, you know, I'm taking on somebody else's responsibility, but I still have my own, so I'll fit you in. The few of us that were moving in, we'll fit you in between my regular work. You know, I get it and everything. I don't know who dropped the ball, who was neglectful, who was negligent. It almost feel like how I always believe people to treat seniors. I think we're highly discarded and ignored because of our age. And, you know, it's just like, oh, just they'll wait. You know, it's like you don't get proper treatment, and that's a shame. I have already given my notice to this apartment to saying that I'll be leaving and everything. So they're like, okay, when are you leaving? When are you leaving? And I'm thinking, I'm communicating with them everything that I'm going through and stuff. But yet the press is on for me to leave this apartment. And the only reason why I'm leaving this apartment, because this apartment is very expensive and the rent continuously go up. There is no rent control here. So it's very expensive for me as a single person to live here and carry on with a life of paying bills and eating and just daily living. I have pressure over there, and then I have these people acting like whatever they're doing is not processing properly. I put almost all of my shoes in here, and on top are just a few of the ones that I feel like I might wear still within the next week or so. But I packed all of my shoes, I think, yes. At the bottom, of course, are the winter shoes, and then over here I packed everything that was on top of the dresser, plus 2 of these full of jewelry and a couple of shower curtains, the Christmas stuff, all of my perfume. So that's kind of actually heavy, but it's a smaller box. The canned goods, they're sitting in here. It's 2 boxes of canned goods. I've already deciphered out the ones that are actually gone bad and that have expired already. The table, it's just most of acrylic containers on it, and gonna have to get another box for that, because like I'm trying to do boxes of likes, and then of course if it's stuff that belongs in the kitchen boxes or whatever. On a Saturday, LaWanda calls me and she says, yeah, we need this paperwork from you. I'm like, what? I don't even know what that is. She goes, well, it's saying you need to give this paperwork. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. I can't go into that either. I'm so sorry. But nevertheless, I stayed in a state of constant stress, and my stomach was always upset, and I just didn't know what to do. Although all during this time, I constantly was seeking the Lord and praying, because you really don't have any choice but to just, Lord, give me the strength, give me the grace, help me, give me the mercy. And I'm almost feeling like that whole situation just jacked up my nervous system. It's like it just stressed me out to the point that it was just tough. It was really rough. And it's still kind of rough, because when you hear the end of the story, you'll understand it's yet rough. So in the meantime, that Saturday, I thought it was so odd that she called me. And then come all of July is gone by now. And then come August, I'm saying to her, like, you know, I have all the paperwork you asked for, blah, 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 and this and that and the other. And she's like, yeah, okay. So you don't have to keep checking in with me. I'll check in with you if I need something else. And everything in my gut told me there aren't any more apartments available. They just gave my apartment away. And so then one day I called her and I said, is there an apartment available? And she goes, no, there's not. They've all been given out, so you still have to wait till something comes available again. Imagine, I've been on the wait list for 1 whole year. January or February I called, they told me that 10 people are moving out, and I'm 4th on the list. So there I knew I had guaranteed move in. And then come March, April, May, that's when the first girl, her name is Tasha or something like that, she calls and says that we're just calling to check and see if you still want the apartment, blah, blah, blah. And of course I said yes. And then that's when she told me about the move-in date and all this and that, and bring paperwork in. Once LaWanda told me that there aren't any more apartments available, I didn't even know how to, I don't even know what to think. I'm like, I'm in a place, I'm homeless. That's what I said, I'm homeless. I said, I've been living in boxes. So I don't know where anything is, because I thought I was moving right away. So I kind of haphazardly threw stuff in boxes. Now, granted, it's all kitchen stuff, all beauty products, all clothes, all, you know, they're in their own groups, but they're in boxes, all haphazard. So in essence, I really don't know where anything is. And then I'm saying to myself, I gotta call and cancel the U-Haul. I don't even know what to do, because it's like, I just didn't know what to do. I did a lot of praying. I want you to know that. I cried a few times, but I did more praying than crying. And I did a lot of stressing out, of course. So anyways, it all came down to where we are right now. And I'm currently in my current apartment, and they had told me for August, well, okay, since you don't know where you're doing or whatever, go ahead and just pay August rent and stay. So I paid August and I stayed. Then July came around, and they're thinking maybe I'll move in July then. Or I was thinking about maybe putting my stuff in storage. It was already boxed up, so why not put it in storage and just put it in storage. So in the meantime, she said, okay, well, August passed, now it's July. July came to the end, because obviously we're in September when I'm telling you this. And she says that, what are you gonna do, Theresa? What are you gonna do? And I said, well, what do you suggest I do? This is why I'm talking to my current management. I said, I don't really know what to do, because, you know, I don't know what to do. What do you suggest? So she was like, well, just go ahead and pay rent here. Now, mind you, rent is a lot. And so I said, well, I don't have all the rent. And I don't know if she said pay what I can afford to, or I said, can I pay the amount that I have now, and then get caught up as soon as possible. So I paid more than half of it, but it's still a lot. So I have to still come up with the other half, which I'm not really worried about that. I'm not really worried about bills and money or anything like that. It's just the unknown. But when it's all said and done, I'm very encouraged. I really am. To me, I'm a child of God, and whatever the reason for this happening, I may not never know, and I don't even care if I don't know. But I'm very excited to see where this journey takes me, where it ends up. It's like I am totally in the hands and mercy of God and his direction for my life, and where I'm supposed to be, when and how. So the who, what, why, when, and where, I feel like that's none of my business. I trust God for all of that. And that is the peace that I have. And knowing that I have gone through enough in my life to know that sometimes you just don't know why you're going through a situation, but in retrospect, you always can see why, and it just makes sense. So all I'm saying right now is I'm going to end by saying I'm still here, living in boxes. Go ahead and leave your comments, your questions, and we can have a follow-up on this. I'm anxious to hear what anybody have to say about this chaos and mayhem, because I've never experienced anything like this. And also, I wanted to say that I'm still trying to get my channel to 3,000 subscribers by the end of the year. And I do have a link in there in the description for my Cash App. If anybody want to make any type of donations, feel free. You don't have to. This is just, I have it there because I support my own YouTube channel, and there's a lot that goes into it that takes away money that I don't have. It is a hobby. It's something I enjoy, but at the same time, it sometimes gets, you know, you just need funds for it. I will see you on the next video.